Do you know what is the most important currency to invest in? I tell you right now, stick with me, because this currency will create compound interest to such degree that you will have this longevity with incredible quality of life. So this is very, very important, because we usually, from a very young age, we start opening our bank accounts, we start setting little deposits. It doesn't have to be much, $1 here, $10 there, and before we know it, we start growing and getting on to life, and that interest starts compounding, and plus we get the deposits from our retirement funds and this and that, and before we know it, in our golden years, we have hopefully security, financial security, which is very, very important. Plus we invest in insurance and everything else. That's fantastic, and even the government may step in and ditch a few dollars and help us along. But what about the most important currency? Have you ever thought, what is the value of that money? What is it to you to have tons of money or enough money to secure your golden years in your bank account if you happen to spend those last 10, 15 years without even remembering your loved ones? What is the point of having all that money if your children come to visit you and you don't even know who they are? What's the point of having all that money if you look at your partner and you think it's a stranger, or you don't recognize them day to day? What would that feel like? What is the value of having all that money and all that security in the last stage of your life if you don't have quality of life, and you don't have mobility, and your body is stagnant or is in a wheelchair or cannot climb stairs up and down, or you're in pain all the time? And if you don't know what that looks like, you have to do nothing more than go and visit a hospital or any medical emergency waiting room, or even your doctor's office, or simply look around, go to a supermarket, go to a shopping mall, and see that last 10, 15 years of age, and observe people. See how many people are vibrant, full of energy, they're mobile, their necks are not stiff, they look that they have a radiance from within, they're not, stuck in their mobility in some way, they don't look disoriented, or their eyes have lost their shine and spark for life, the windows of the soul, that connection, that vibrancy, that passion. Who says we cannot have that as we age? Who says we cannot age with grace and peace and flow and ease? I believe that is possible. I'm going to tell you my story. I don't know if any of you saw my aerial yoga thing. I'm almost approaching 57 in a couple of months. And hey, if I wanted to do that right now, all of a sudden cold turkey, I wouldn't be able to do it. I think I'll break my spine and everything else. But do you know why I can do that now? Now, not only because I'm a yoga instructor for 25 years, that's nothing to do with it. I tell you what has everything to do with it. And this is where the currency thing comes in. Investing in the most important currency, which is your health, your wellness, your well-being, your sharp mind working to the end. That is the most important currency, because we want both to be combined and work together. What's the point of being rich or having a house or having possessions that possess us if we don't have access to our own health, to enjoy it, to live through life, to embrace and recognize our loved ones, to be the best of ourselves to the end? Now, things can happen in life, but hey, so the aerial yoga thing is not because I'm a yoga instructor that I can do it. Nobody ever taught me to do that. The only reason I can do it is because when I was about 13 years old in Argentina, I so happened that I had some scoliosis, and I went to take a yoga class. And the yoga class was taught by this very, above 80-year-old yogi, and she was this woman, yogini actually, she was this woman that was vibrant, in great health, but all the clients, all the people in the class, they were women 75, 60, 80, that to me look ancient because I was just a young teenager, right? And I'm like, who are these women? Well, I started doing the yoga, and of course I can go up, down, in all directions because I had always been very athletic. And these women stopped doing yoga, and they looked at me and says, oh my God, look at you. We cannot do anything of that. They had to bring their arm like this, and they couldn't do it. They had to go like that, they couldn't do it. They have to do their neck rolls, their necks were stiff, they couldn't move. They had to go in Sarvangasana, they couldn't bring their legs up anyways. So they're like, hey, do you want us to help you? I said, absolutely. I'll always get any help I want and I need. And they said, well, do you want to be like that when you're our age? Because look at us. We cannot do absolutely anything of that. We're always in pain. We're always stiff. This is why we're here, but it doesn't matter. We've been coming for several years. Nothing changes. And they said, guess what you got to do? You have to keep doing this every day of your life. And if you do it every day of your life, which equals to depositing $1 a week or $1 a day or whatever it is that you can put aside from your income since an early age, and it compounds, they said the same. If you do one action every day like that, and you keep, touching the floor with your fingertips, or you keep, bending over your legs over your head, touching the floor behind you, all these things, you keep doing it every day of your life. There is no reason, I don't see why not, when you're 80, 85, whatever, you'll be able to do the same. So guess what? I'm approaching 57. I'm more flexible than I was at 13. Why? Because I've been doing it every single day of my life. And I'm not kidding you. I'm talking about the day I deliver my babies naturally, without anything of medication, any help, anything, just completely naturally, like a good workout. And it just happened like that in 20 minutes, no problem, just easy peasy. And the thing is that because I was in good shape, I knew how to breathe, but also because I was flexible and I was supporting my body. So the trick is here that if you can do one little thing every day, you do just one neck roll at different intervals in your life. It doesn't have to be that you have to go to a class. It's just about not being sedentary and incorporating those movements, making those deposits. As we make those deposits time in, time out, including our positive thinking, including moving our eyes around so that our sight is good, including reading or learning a language or learning to dance, something that challenges your brain, so all that wiring system is always active, and we hopefully do not develop Alzheimer's in spite of our genetic composition. All these things, I believe, of course things can happen, an accident or whatever, but we're very much in on the journey of making those deposits so that we can reap the rewards of that compound interest in our health, the most important currency we'll have. So along with that, those deposits we made in our actual bank account, we'll also have the deposits in our health. Because most of us, when we're young, we have our health. We have a lot of time. We don't have enough money to do much. Then in middle years, we're raising our kids, we're rushing. We don't have much time. We have health and we have a little time. And we have a bit of money. And then in the last most important years that we really want to enjoy, those golden, magical years of our lives, we do have, most of us, security and money. Some of us, not all, but a lot of us, if we have planned our finances properly. And we do have a lot of time. Most of us, our time frees up as we're empty nesters and stuff. But what if then we don't have the currency that we need, health and well-being and a working mind to keep us going and directing with our intellect sharp? So what do you want to invest in today? That's the question. What is the currency that has the most value in your life? And that is as important as any other investment you'll ever do. I believe it's more important. I'd rather have my health, my well-being, and my working mind, because with that I can create anything, than having a rich bank account. There's nothing wrong with having the house and the rich account. I have it. I have the house or whatever. It doesn't matter, a car to take me from point A or point B. But the most important thing I truly value is my well-being. What do you value? What do you want? What deposits are you making? And what kind of currency do you want to really invest in? And how are you going to do that with one action at a time? Just, including some movement, some mobility in your life, bringing some positive thoughts, engaging your mind in something that is challenging. Whatever will work and you can do is worth doing so that you can be rich at all levels and bulletproof your golden years to the very end. And if you ever feel that you're stuck, you need clarity on this, I'm here for you as a transformational life and wellness coach. You can do all this on your own. You were born with all the tools that you need. You just need to get up, commit to it, have a plan, just like you had at one point a financial plan. If you cannot do that on your own, get a planner, get somebody like me or any coach to help you out. Plan what that would look like, that is actionable for you, but do it so that you can enjoy at whatever age you are, you can guarantee those golden years with quality of life and a sharp mind. I hope you're doing that and that you will commit to that wellness in a complete picture, because you deserve to be you, you deserve to be joyful, you deserve to create a life you love in wholeness and completion. So I'm here for you in every way. Please keep shining bright. If you enjoyed these videos, comment below, and also subscribe and share with others. The more we're vibrant and radiant, the most beautiful this world will become and continue to flourish for humanity and those that follow us along the ride. So thank you for watching. Love, peace, namaste.